Hey guys, welcome back to my personal learning project. This week we worked on teaching another classmate what we've been learning over the course of the semester, just so we can get that reverse role of what it's like to teach someone because we've been the learner the whole time. So during this time I taught Miranda and Vanessa yoga, and Miranda taught me jiu-jitsu, and have a nice little bruise to prove it. For this, I wanted to teach them just really basic things that I learned with my coach, but also challenge them a little bit. So I chose 5 different poses that you will see me go through with them right now. Okay, so I wanted to start with cats and cows just because this is a really simple yoga pose or move, and it's also really good to stretch out your back and loosen up your core for the next exercises we were planning on doing. Next, I wanted to do tabletop variations because I think that it not only opens up your core, but it also gives a different feeling of what it's like to balance when you're on all fours versus standing up. So we are extending our right arm and our opposite leg and then crunching back in the middle. Here I was just making sure that they were sticking their leg straight out rather than trying to point it towards the sky. Okay, so this is going to be a chair pose with an incorporated prayer twist. I was just telling them that they need to make sure that their back is completely straight, almost as if they're up against a wall. And then we started with our arms straight up, just to show them what the pose was. And then we shook it out a little bit, just because that is quite the leg workout. And then we went back down, put our hands in heart center, and then I showed them how to do the incorporated twist. This was then repeated on both sides. Warrior 3 has been one of the most challenging poses for me, but also one of my favorites, so I wanted to teach them this. This is just me demoing it before they try, and just letting them know that they need to keep their hips square. That is the most important part of this pose. It doesn't matter how high their leg goes, just that their hips are square and that they have a good balance. Next and lastly, I wanted to do tree pose. Tree pose is pretty simple, but it also still has that balance in there. So right now I'm just telling them that it's really important that they don't put their foot on their knee. It needs to be either above or below. This is important to avoid injury, and it actually helps keep your balance better. The pose was then repeated with the other leg on the other side. Alright, so that was me teaching them yoga. I was kind of nervous because I've never been in that position before, but I had a lot of fun, and I kind of realized that I really like teaching it, which is kind of cool. And also, it made me feel better because they were doing some of the poses and they were actually getting like tired. They're like, "Ooh, this is hard." And when I do it with my coach, I'm always thinking that, but I'm like scared to say it because she's in such good shape and it doesn't ever seem hard for her. So to be able to experience that, roles reversed, I actually really enjoyed it, and I think it really added to this project. So next week's my final assessment, and it's kind of weird that it's almost done, but I will see you next week.